Today we are going to build a major scale, and then we'll go through the pentatonic scale, okay? But we're gonna think in numbers first. So we start on the 1, that's the root, and that's sort of the home note, okay? And we're gonna go to the 2nd, okay? In between the 1st and 2nd, you got a whole step. In between the 2nd and 3rd degree of the scale, or the 2nd and 3rd note of the major scale, okay, we've got another whole step. Whole step, okay? We go to our 4th scale degree. Now this is where it gets different. We've got a half step, so that's 1 semitone. Instead of a full tone, we got a semitone to go from the 3 to the 4th. And I'll show you on the piano quickly after this. And we go to the 5th. This is the perfect 5th. It relates very harmonically to the root. So the 1st and the 5th really go well together. But from the 4th to the 5th, okay, we've got another whole step. Okay, we go from the 5th to the 6th. We've got another whole step. We go to the 7th. Okay, and when we get back to the 8th, that's also the 1. So we're back to the root. Back to the root. Between the 6th and the 7th, we got another whole step. Between the 7th and the 8th, that's when we got a half step. So I'll draw this all out in a bit simpler way. So we go whole, half, whole, half step. So these are the intervals: whole, half, whole, half. That's what you need to remember to build a scale, to build a major scale. Whole, half, whole, half. You can find this on the piano, okay, really easily. So we can go in the key of C, and those are just the white keys, right? So start here on C. It's the one next to the two black keys, okay, to the left. That's C. So we go 1 whole step. That's a 2nd scale degree. We go another whole step. 2 semitones. 1 semitone, 2 semitones. So 1 whole tone. 3, stand by me. You know, we did this. Now we go to the 4th. We go a half step. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a half step between the 3 and the 4. Remember, whole, half. So there's a half step between the 3 and the 4. So we start on C. C, whole step, half step. Now we are on whole, half. So we're on the 4th. 1, 2, 3, half step to the 4th. Okay, whole step, whole step, 2 semitones up, and then a half step to get back to C. And that's the sound of the major scale, okay? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, I know, I'm not good at singing, but whole, root, whole step, half step, whole, half, da, 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 dee. Okay, so that's our major scale, right? We've got the whole, half, whole, half. Yes, and you can find that with any notes. We just looked at it in C. Now we're going to build a pentatonic scale. Penta 5. Okay, so it's a 5-note scale. We're just going to take these same notes, but we're just going to cherry pick a few. We want the 1, the 2, the 3. Okay, and then we hop up a bit and we take the 5, and the 6, and then we go back to the 1. That's also the 8th. So 1/8. 1, 2, 3, ba boop be. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, and that's the sound you want to get in your ear. You can play so many songs with just the pentatonic scale. Okay. Show you on the piano. So we start at C. That's our 1. Okay. 1. Then we go whole step, whole step 2, whole step up to the 3. Okay, and then we're skipping the 4th. This is the 4th right here where my finger is, but we're skipping that. We're going to the 5th, 6, back to C on top. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. There we go, that's the pentatonic scale, and you can play all sorts of blues and jazz and everything just with that scale, all popular music. That's the sound you want to get in your ear, okay? Ba-da-doo-da-doo-dee. And you hear that. You hear that everywhere, little riffs like that. So to recap, if you can build the major scale, you can find the 8 notes going from C or whatever your root note is, back up to the next C or up to the next root. Whole, whole, half. Whole, 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 half step. That'll get you back. If you can build that major scale, you can build this major pentatonic scale. First note, the root note, the second note of the major scale, the third note of the major scale, skip up to the 5th of the major scale, play the 6th of the major scale, and then back to your root note or your 8th, which is up an octave. You know, so that's just a recap. I encourage you to go to the piano and 1, 2, 3.